Okay, so I think it's time that I finally review Spider-Man Remastered, or Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, as we've been playing that for about 40 hours. We just completed the main story, and I want to give you guys my honest review on this game. I think it's a pretty good game, but there are some issues with it, so yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into the review. Alright, so first let's talk about the combat system in this game. So the combat is pretty fluid in regards to mechanics and just fighting, dodging, and everything in total. The dodge mechanic is a little bit finicky at times here and there, or sometimes where you can do a perfect dodge and still get hit by bullets by other enemies, which I think is just because there's a lot of bullets going around, so there's not much they can really do about that. I think it's more so of just disarming the enemies before they can start shooting at you. The biggest gripe I have with this mechanic system is the fact that you have to rely on the utility so much, as you'll see within this clip of the game. Right now I'm just trying to do the bonus objectives, which are kind of frustrating at times because they're like repeats or very oddly specific things you have to do, which for some of them are okay, others it's really a pain in the butt to do, especially when you're fighting a lot of enemies and you can't get like 65 combo. So as you can see here, I'm using a lot of the utility, mostly the electric webs and other things, which makes the game too easy as you're relying on his gadgets more than you are his actual fighting ability. While yes, you do have hands and fists, or fist and feet, you do have a lot of web abilities, which makes this game way too easy, as it's almost an instant takedown for most of them, and the other ones are kind of overpowered. I wish they, in the next game, they redo that so that you don't have to rely on his abilities as much as you do his actual combat skills. The dodge mechanic I think is pretty solid. I hope they keep that within the next game, maybe have it more refined. So for combat in this game, I give it a solid 8 out of 10. I really do enjoy it. It's very fluid. It's not jarring in any way, shape, or form, except for when you go to switch abilities as it freezes time, but I guess that's acceptable because you probably die instantly otherwise. So yeah, let's move on to the web swinging part of this game. Now I do want to talk about the fact that the story in this game is phenomenal. I finished this main story before I did this review, and I would definitely recommend anyone playing this just for the story alone, as I think it incorporates a lot of the comic aspects as well as the movie aspects of things. Alright, moving on to the web swinging mechanics of this game. So web swinging in this is a massive improvement from the PS1 era. Here's a clip of that now.
Spider sense tingling. Something's going on here.
Hold it, Spider! He doesn't look friendly. You can kick, punch, or use your web attacks to get past this guy.
You might want to try fighting back next time.
Back in the day, that was what we had. So web swinging is pretty fluid. There is some jarring animations or things that happen with the web swinging. I feel like they could refine it a little bit more or fine tune it, add some adjustments. I also have to add some mods to make it a little bit faster. I felt like he's swinging pretty slow, but that's just my personal take on it. There is a lot of animations for a lot of different ways to swing around the city, climb on buildings, run up buildings, jump around, roll around. It's pretty cool. It makes you feel like you're actually Spider-Man. I think they did a really good job on getting the animations and fluidness of everything. It just feels right. It doesn't look out of place or like it wouldn't make sense logically. I do wish they also would add different parkour styles, as some of the animations are like very repeatable, like running up buildings with the web swinging and stuff. There's different ways to run up the building, but I just wish there's a little bit more animations, I guess. In terms of falling down buildings and speed, I wish when you like fell from the top of a building and did a web swing, you'd get set flying, but I don't know if that would make sense mechanically or physics wise, as I feel like the speed is pretty good for the most part. But yeah, they did a good job with the web swinging, as you can see, me just going through the city. And that's like one of the favorite parts of the game. I sometimes just swing around the city for like 30 minutes at a time, just out of boredom, just to sightsee and pretend I'm Spider-Man. So yeah, for that I'd give it a 7 out of 10. The reason why I'm not giving it an 8 or 9 is because there is a lot of animation issues with the web swinging, and sometimes it does glitch, which I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. I mean, you can only ask for so much in a game, and they're probably refining the Spider-Man 2 version of it. But I do recommend this game to anyone who likes Spider-Man or good stories, or just game in general that you want to mess around in and kill time in. That concludes it for my review on this. I recommend it. I think there's a sale for it. Player signing off.